Hey, welcome. When you start a new job, one of the most important things is getting a handle on your rights and the processes that are in place to protect them. So, this quick guide is going to walk you through our company's formal grievance procedure step by step. All right, so let's talk about something that hopefully you'll never have to deal with, but you absolutely need to be ready for. What do you do if you feel like you've been treated unfairly or you think your employment agreement has been violated? Well, there's a proper way to handle this, and it all starts with what's called a grievance. Just think of it as the official way to raise a complaint. It could be about anything: your pay, seniority, even disciplinary actions. It's all about making sure your concerns are heard and dealt with in a structured way. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll break down what a grievance actually is, then we'll hit step one, which is super time sensitive. We'll also talk about the steward, what happens if things escalate, and then wrap up with the key stuff you need to remember. All right, let's jump right into step one. And listen, if there's one thing you remember from this whole guide, make it this part. The timing here is everything. And here it is, the magic number, 5. You have exactly 5 working days, not calendar days, working days, from when you first realize there's a problem to get this process started. Seriously, not a week, not whenever you feel like it, 5 days. And just so we're clear, this is not a friendly suggestion. It's a hard and fast rule. It's written right there in Article 7.1 of the agreement. If you miss that 5-day window, you could actually lose your chance to file a grievance about that issue. So yeah, it's a big deal. So what do you do in those 5 days? Well, the very first step is to meet with your immediate supervisor. The idea is to talk it out. See if you can solve the problem right then and there, quickly and without a lot of fuss. And hey, this isn't just on you. The clock starts ticking for management too. After you've had that chat, your supervisor has to give you their verbal decision within just 1 working day. It's all about keeping things moving. Now, this might all sound a little daunting, right? But the good news is you're not in this alone. You have a really important resource to help you out: your department's steward. And it's really important to get what the steward's job is. Their main responsibility, as you can see here, is to be objective. They're not just your cheerleader. Their job is to make sure the process is fair and that the rules are followed correctly for everybody. This table does a great job of showing how the steward helps you out. So in step 1, they can come with you to that meeting with your supervisor, take notes, and help you make your case. But if things move to step 2, their role changes a bit. They'll actually give you a formal written opinion on what they think you should do next. Okay, so what if that conversation with your supervisor doesn't work out? What if you're not happy with their decision? Well, the process is far from over. There's a very clear path for taking things to the next level. Yeah, it's a step-by-step process that moves right up the chain of command. You can see it starts with that verbal chat, but it can go all the way to a written complaint, then up to senior management, and if it's still not sorted out, to something called binding arbitration. The really big change happens right here, between step 1 and step 2. You go from a casual verbal chat to a formal written complaint. And look, the timeline gets tighter too. You only have 3 working days to file for step 2 after you get that initial decision. And as you can see, every single step has its own set of strict deadlines, not just for you, but for management's response too. The whole system is designed to keep things moving and get you an answer, not let it drag on forever. And this leads us to the final stop on the line: arbitration. If nothing else has worked, an impartial third-party arbitrator is brought in. Their decision is final. It's binding for everyone: you, the company, everyone. It's the end of the road, and the issue is officially resolved. Whew, okay. I know that was a ton of information, so let's just quickly boil it down to the absolute must-knows. Number 1, and I'm going to say it again, you have 5 working days for step 1. That deadline is set in stone. Second, your steward is your person, your objective guide through all of this. Third, remember that the process gets more and more formal as you go, shifting from talking to writing. And finally, just know that there's a clear 4-step path to get your issue heard and resolved. Look, knowing your rights and understanding how this whole thing works is your best tool for making sure you're treated fairly. We really hope you never have to use it, but now you're prepared. You know the rules, you know who to talk to, and you know what to expect.